Hello, what's up everybody? Today I have a new fan fiction for you guys today. Think you're really gonna enjoy it. Um, been doing a lot of playing Horizon lately, so I'm gonna put that in the background today, show y'all what that's all about. But anyway, let's get to the fan fiction. Alrighty, the title of this fan fiction is Dolan Dark and Keemstar. Yeah, you see where this is going. Alright. Loneliness, desperation, the desire to be wanted. These will do crazy things to a man. It'd been exactly 1 week since my ex left me. We had done everything together, making videos, watching movies. Hell, she even convinced me to wear a furry suit one night. And I did. Just so she would be happy. I still remember the time we watched our first video that we'd made together, MLG Teletubbies. Okay, it was perfect, but our relationship struggled the longer it continued. We started off as lovebirds, and slowly deteriorated to the sad, married couples that were only together because they didn't know life without the other. The couples that can't stand being in the same room as each other, but wouldn't leave the house alone, putting on a fake smile just so their friends wouldn't know that their lives were miserable. That's what we turned into. Now I see she was just using me for my body. I knew she was a furry, and being a duck, I was her dream. She just saw me as a duck, and not as the person that I truly am. Eventually, I was boring to her. She left me, telling me that she's been a lesbian the whole time, just tolerating me because I was her dream. An eternal furry. She left me, and for a communist pig as well. All he had ever done was buy her Mafia 3. Should I have warned him that she would only use him as she used me? After she left, I fell into a deep state of depression. I stayed at home, wrapped up in the sheets of my bed, thinking about what could have been the best years of my life with her. I became a recluse, only leaving the house to get food. I had no friends, no family, no one. Not even the cashier at the food market said a word to me. I sulked and pitied myself for weeks, until I finally had enough. I forced myself to go to a bar, because I knew that I could drown out the sorrows with my only friend, rum and coke. I walked in the bar, head down, avoiding an eye contact. If anyone saw my miserable eyes, they'd ask me what was wrong, and then I'd have to interact with them. I wasn't ready for that. I grabbed a lone bar, and pulled it to the counter, asking the bartender for a short shot of whiskey. God, I can't understand people that, write these fan fictions, and they just can't spell. I don't understand. Every fanfiction I read, the grammar's just fucking awful. But, okay. Anyway, let's get back to this. Where was I? Okay. I grabbed a lone bar stool and pulled it up to the counter, asking the bartender for a shot of whiskey. The man sitting next to me murmured, "Make that too." Not wanting to interact with me, the strange man, I ignored him until the bartender came out with 2 shots of whiskey. The man next to me said, "Cheers," holding up his glass. Not wanting to seem impolite, I replied with, "Cheers," just softly enough for myself to hear, then raised my glass to meet his. A couple of shots later, the man turned to me. "What's your name?" he asked. I ignored him, still having a bit of indifference left in my system. "You can tell me your name when you're ready. In the meantime, you can call me Daniel," said the man. I thought to myself, there's no reason to ignore him. He's being kind, and I need to get myself out of this rut of depression. "It'd be fine if you called me Dolan," I said. Daniel looked at me strange, looking like he was contemplating what to say. Eventually he said, "Why are you talking so quiet? Our daddy told us not to be ashamed of our voices." Okay. I turned away and wondered if he could see me blushing. No one had talked to me in weeks, and I was overwhelmed with emotions once I realized this was the first conversation I'd had in a long time. Daniel looked at me at his watch, then at me. "Look, it's getting a bit late, but I'd like to catch up with you sometime. You seem pretty damn interesting. Here's my number. Text me," he said. He scribbled on a napkin, then handed it to me shortly before getting up and walking out of the bar. I was overjoyed. Finally, a friend. Daniel and I corresponded via text over the course of a few days, talking about what had happened during our week. A few days later, he invited me to his house for coffee. I accepted, since I needed all of the interaction that I could get. We met up at his house noon. Coffee turned to drinks, and we started talking about relationships. And I told him about my ex. To my surprise, he said, "Oh, that lesbian Q-tip looking fucker? I saw her at the food mart, checking out a cart of cucumbers, saran wrap, and olive oil." You didn't lose much, I'll tell you that much. A flood of emotions overtook me, and I realized that he was right. She was no good, especially for me. She was a manipulative cunt, only using me for my fragile duck body. I started crying at the realization, and Daniel took me into his arms. He comforted me, and told me that he knew that I was going through. Daniel told me about his ex, a man named Alex. Alex was an excessive, nagger. Whining about everything, Daniel told me. He said that one day he just snapped, telling Alex to leave his house. When he wouldn't, Daniel resorted to a screaming match with Alex, and calling him a stupid fucking nagger. Daniel left Alex and had been looking for a person to share his life since then. "That's when I found you, Dolan," he whispered. We moved in from the couch to the bedroom, knowing we would both be more comfortable in a bed. Daniel led me down on his bed and started closing the blinds on the windows. I asked what he was doing, and he put his finger on my mouth and said, "Shh." He came back to the bed and started caressing me. I told him to slow down, that I wasn't ready for this yet. He whispered to me, saying, "Just let it go, relax." And I did. Within seconds, he had my pants below my webbed feet and started rubbing my penis. He knew I couldn't control what he did, and he used that knowledge to the fullest. Within seconds, my penis was so hard and erect that it could cut diamonds. "Oh, Daniel," I moaned. This fanfiction, I'm telling you. See, where was I at? "Oh, Daniel," I moaned, and he mumbled with the corkscrew penis in his mouth, "Call me Keem, dog," and I did. After he fooled around with my penis for long enough, he had me stand up as he bent over like the bed, like a choir boy for a priest. I stood behind him, slowly slipping my long corkscrew penis into his asshole. Jesus Christ! Okay. This video isn't going to stay up long. After he fooled around with my penis for long enough, he had me stand up as he bent over okay, I already read that part. Jesus. "Oh, open me like a wine cork, duck," he yelled. I felt like I was in heaven. Thrusting in and out of Keem, my long erect cock twisting inside his intestines. It felt so good. I couldn't control myself. I felt the juice coming out of my dick and yelled, "Fuck, duck, I prefer chicken." I slowly slipped out of Keem, and he helped me clean up. Then as I was almost clean, Keen, or whatever that is, had me kneel down and open up my beak. I tried to protest, but the DJ had already put his dick inside my CD-ROM drive. He thrusted back and forth in what seemed like forever. And just before I could taste his baby gravy, he started moaning, "Let's get right into the caboose." He quickly turned around and stuck it into my tight duck ass, releasing a flood that would make the Hoover Dam burst. It felt so wrong, but it was so good. We lied down in bed, cum still dripping from my corkscrew cock and tight ass. We didn't care about cleaning up. It could be done tomorrow. He held me like a baby in his arms, and we both succumbed to sleep. That had been the best night of my life. Waking up next to him next morning almost topped it, though. Ever since that night, Keem and I have lived together. He doesn't use me for my body. He loves me for me. I miss him so much when he has to travel for work. But he sends me postcards from the beach and I don't forget him. Sometimes the company he works for, Travelocity, lets him come back from his work trip early. And when he finally does come back, we try to top what happened our first night together. We've gotten close, but nothing can overcome the night of sweet, sweet love. P.S. Buy me Mafia 3. Well, that was the fan fiction, guys. If you liked it, please leave me more in the comments, or my Twitter should be in the description. Just DM what you got for me. I'll read it. I'll read anything, as you can tell from this. But yeah, if you want to watch more, go ahead and subscribe. I will see you guys later.